In a row by way of now.
The champion must be. Pacheco is also pretty smart. Watch here as he lands a counter right hook when his opponent comes at him. He'll use that weapon often to retaliate when Makepula, who figures to press, gets close. Utilizing both good heads to be set to be effective. When he has to chase guys, as he does here, he's not nearly.
And he packs a lot of power. We saw him here on Friday Night Fights in January this year in El Paso, Texas, defending his title against Pedro Pena. He would stop Pena in the 11th, an 18-0 the ring as the Hawk. Very aggressive and being a champion of the world, and he plans on doing that tonight.
To tonight's main event, Irene Pacheco and Hawk Makepula are big-time fighters in a small man's.
Last 5 opponents, 4-0. So Pacheco and Makepula introduced to the crowd. They'll come close. Will he be at all tentative?
One advantage. Both men have traveled to get adjusted to that. Came here 2 weeks ago. Will that have a little bit of...
Pacheco has those long arms.
He has... I'm telling you, a real... In my mind, Pacheco right now. White too. He likes to counter. But if he has to get out of position, he'll reach a little bit. Makepula goes about it. So all his fights.
Makepula does. Says his style for obviously people who have
in there. Like any fighter who's going to go to press, but then all of a little bit. His step out change. Pacheco's not good when he do not adapt style, as we said. He was doing the breakdown of the fight.
Well, Pacheco also said that he, to help create a game plan, he said you can look at tapes all you want, but when you step in the ring, between the two in the front, so does the translation for us. He said Pacheco's go ahead, mix up the
bad strategy. There's no doubt punch together. He's going to catch the challenger. He likes to go in and out, Makepula. He's a little quicker than Pacheco, and he's trying to use that. Maybe a little bit more versatile. Look, Pacheco has defense tonight. Makepula enough of a fighter. You can see Makepula, he'll come in, he'll work his way in. Yeah. Try to get Pacheco to reach a little bit. Makepula. Time. Trying to feint a little bit. Out of position. Then he doesn't.
Somebody trying to establish him.
You have to get close to throw to the body. Usually it's enough. You can get that kind of range.
Closing seconds of the second Friday Night Fight presented by Masibulele, Makepula, and Irene. Makepula so far in the fight, 0 for 63.
Makepula is going to be caught, which he doesn't want to do. It's going to be just in the spot we just saw. Straight in the front door like that.
That is dangerous. As we eavesdropped in between Makepula, and they asked Pacheco.
Is that there's opportunities to catch Makepula. And I think what they would like to do, what I would like to do, is to keep Makepula busy with the jab and then force him to reach it like that. And then look to counter. And that's Pacheco's game, countering when you walk in. Makepula was not as strong, not as big as Pacheco. I don't know if he can win a fight standing right in front of Pacheco. He needs to walk around his man, keep his man from getting set.
Corner of Makepula saying.
On the other side, the bigger man only round. Pacheco's looking to counter. Makepula should not come in that front door. Feint a little bit and then coming off.
Pacheco seems a bit more comfortable here. He's together and he's getting Makepula to places where he wants him.
The champion's trying to take over a little bit, stepping up the punch output. His whole career, he's been very effective. I think he might have to make an adjustment how he's aggressive. Not. In other words, don't be putting your hand on that and get burnt.
Move your hand. Move your hand. Bang, bang, bang. Keep cutting. Keep cutting.
Look at his legs. That might give you an idea. When your legs are wide, you can't make an adjustment to go to the side.
The body shot by Makepula. But move your head.
Key here is what Makepula does press, that he makes sure that he's close enough when he throws those punches. He's a little too far away.
Corner of Makepula. Move your head.
Smart move by the smaller Makepula in the inside. His inside working good with the stronger, bigger Pacheco. And every once in a while, he uses his legs to step him back on to get set. See? Smart work.
And he's nice and tight on the inside where Pacheco can't extend the arms, longer arms.
And with this body attack you see from Makepula, if Pacheco did indeed have trouble making weight, he's going to start to get to him in this kind of fight. Makepula is going to that body early. Almost like somebody told him that Pacheco had trouble making weight.
Back to the ring! Back to the ring, baby! Come on, there you go, back to the head!
It's a good round for Makepula. Doing work on the inside. Whipping hooks to the body of the champion Pacheco. Makepula from South, white and red accented. No knock, but busier. And he's landed a few more, but Kenny in the last round, Makepula did a very good job in there.
The fight for waters as they favor the champion. Pacheco never 12 rounds.
Lala,
as far as record, that's pretty even. Makepula, 15 of 18 fights in South Africa, 22 of his in Colombia. Controlling the pace.
Bob Papa, Teddy Atlas from the House of Blues in Las Vegas, Nevada. Friday Night Fights on ESPN2, presented by challenging at round number so far.
Yeah, make sure he doesn't. Every once in a while,
see it picked up a shoving type punch by Makepula there. And chops.
A little bit of a
in Detroit. Plot my money down for it.
Drop.
That is true. More punches in the round. And Teddy, it just seems right now. Control as to what.
Of course. And as we've been usual. Position.
All right, let's get your trainer's cap on right. Makepula's way and call at this point. Seize back control and use
it. And then trying to walk Makepula at the end. Start using him. Use that jab. Seize. And that's because Makepula was not set to punch. Will use those tricks. Switching from southpaw to heels. He has to now. But again.
And here's a question for you. That maybe action a little bit, but biased by the judges that you got to do a little bit more at this point where he can against the champion.
Well, that's an all you have to take.
Opportunity to listen in to the corner of Pacheco in between rounds 6 and 7. And not a lot of fight strategy going on. There was just we're halfway home in the second half of the fight. In the 8th round and knocked him out in the 11th. But having to lose, trying to convince him that he's got.
That's a possibility. If you watch over this last round and the last round, he's been to catch Makepula coming in spots in this round. And Pacheco has been looking to do what his strength is. The statement before that Makepula was where Pacheco wasn't set to punch. Pacheco is trying distance where he can coming in. Just watch Makepula when he comes in. He's a little wide. There goes Pacheco switching. Probably feels he separated himself a little bit. In other words, he knows he's in a fight. Pacheco.
Trying to manufacture ways to get his offense going.
Wanting to stay with him.
Through these first 7 rounds.
At least have to score some knockdown. Because if it goes rounds without anything really major happening, you would have to figure with the long
bout. Very strategic. Both men have had moments. Nothing. Don't stand straight in front of the champion, Pacheco. Now you see Pacheco again.
Moving as much. We talked about it earlier, Bob. Being more set now, trying to go to his strength, trying to be ready to catch Makepula coming in. It's a double-edged sword here. Because when Pacheco stands and he doesn't catch Makepula coming in, then Makepula is very effective with Pacheco standing there. Makepula is able to get in, get out like that, and change his distance again. Go the big banger wants to stand set, but when he does that, Makepula gets out. Maybe Pacheco will have to make an adjustment like he made a couple rounds ago and look to box a little bit with the aggressive Makepula. But this late in the fight, it's tough to do that.
I think there's a cut. I think it's on the cheek. There's some blood there.
Watch Makepula. He'll get inside. There's one thing that Pacheco can maybe look to time Makepula with. And Makepula's doing a good job getting off and changing distance again. Not whipping to come back and catch. He'll move his head, and then sometimes he'll come back in the middle, like right there. He'll come right back in the middle. That is where Pacheco, if he's going to get control of this fight, is going to have to pull the trigger. There it is again. Makepula, he'll get in and he'll come right back out. Sometimes not far enough out. Right there. That is where I believe Pacheco is going to have to time Makepula, who I think is taking control of this fight.
Shots of his own. Another fairly close.
You see what I was talking about. Hopefully you'll see it. Makepula, he's inside, he pulls out. I believe capitalized by Makepula.
Box through the first 8 rounds. Makepula controlling the action in round 8. Pacheco landed numerous more.
Swelling under the right eye.
Round there.
He will do that. He reaches for reaching. Maybe 8 more. And
the judges, Al Cisbata and Bill. With a Teddy scorecard, and you have 75. I have it 7.
But has accomplished something right here. Not his strong suit. Punch. And you from Makepula. That's how Makepula can get in without paying a price.
Whoa, Pacheco got knocked. He was a bit off balance, right, Teddy?
Yes, he will do it in tight. As you throw off balance, leave yourself out of position. You throw a punch, you want to stay in position. Doing what he wants to do. The challenge.
Knocked Pacheco off balance with a good shot. The champion trying to press a little bit. Makepula standing in. Irene Pacheco's high beat downs in the bout. My fight accenting Teddy has done an excellent job so far in this fight.
The judges recognize it as such.
Makepula has been busier, but you have to go to speak. And
think if you're backup, they call the championship round, starting to get the champion. I said it early. I don't think it's going to. Makepula has been. Pacheco's never been 12 rounds. In the tougher fight, important. Again, Makepula, if nothing else, has Pacheco doing something that he usually doesn't do. Box. And that takes away some of those power opportunities of Pacheco.
Teddy Atlas's scorecard through 9. 87-84 for the challenger through 9.
Tim Smith and Michael Katz, who now writes for the, as you just said, both have it for the challenger. If you haven't noticed.
Makepula trying to smother the punches of Pacheco's corner, yelling at him.
If you're a backer, Pacheco, you have to be concerned that when you're on the inside, you're supposed to be the bigger, stronger guy. You haven't been able to get your way.
Underway. Pacheco in the blue. Masibulele Makepula. 11th round underway. Landed Pacheco through
Pacheco, which you saw him tinkering with from time to time. Looks like he's got.
So you're the only 2?
Yes, I am.
Now if he wins, you're going to grow your hair like Tua?
That would have been interesting. If Tua wins, Max has to come in next week with a hairstyle like Tua.
Pull it off a little better than you.
To come in with a hairdo like Lennox.
Well, Makepula just kind of hanging in there. Pacheco trying to get his big punches off. Pacheco a little wide at times. In the early rounds, we talked so much about Makepula.
And you can see that Makepula has been consistent with his fight plan. Use those straight punches, not the Pacheco. will reach it every once in a while. That's where I think he'll lead, like now. Pacheco's lead. I don't think that's the way to go. The fight. I have Makepula this last round because I think Pacheco has made a little bit.
Oh, he got hurt. Makepula rocked him. The legs buckled for the champion.
Hey, late round.
Makepula being rightful.
He doesn't want to walk into a trap, but at the same time, you mentioned you don't want to miss out on an take it out of the judge's hand.
Makepula has Pacheco, as far as being Makepula, has hurt Pacheco.
Keeping it very simple. Depending on that jab, the old trainer said, hey, use the right hand when you're fighting a southpaw. And that's what Makepula's doing. He just did it again. Counter-punching. Now Pacheco is negated. Makepula gets off. He's got the little bit of quicker hands. Gets off with the 1-2. And then steps out. Swelling under that right eye, as we mentioned earlier, Makepula, but it's not going to matter now. He's in the home stretch.
He's got a knot on his forehead, too. Pacheco is slightly out. Makepula has been busier, but he's controlled the action for the most part. He's hurt Pacheco twice. For a key fight, don't give up.
Earlier, for the man who's supposed to be the strong guy, separate himself when he was on the inside with Makepula. Times had the edge, and again, there's that right hand. Makepula picks his spots with that real well. Makepula, watch him. He picked his spot for that right hand off the jab.
Pacheco.
By majority decision, and still IBF flyweight champion of the world, Irene.